Here I am for the night race at Bristol preview. Well, we got some interesting headlines here, some interesting numbers, and a lot of other stuff I'm going to talk about. Going to give you some, as I said, some numbers, some names, some headlines. I've already mentioned this stuff, but here we go. The night race at Bristol. So the big question is, can Kyle Busch win his third consecutive race at Bristol? He won last year in the fall, the night race, and then he won this year in the spring. It's the middle of the Xfinity Series race right now, and he crashed out, so oof for him. That's an L, Kyle. Yeah. But we're going to do the usual favorites, surprises, disappointments. So let's get into the favorites. Favorites. All right. We got Kyle Busch, obviously, and the other Kyle Larson. These two are in my favorites because they led a combined 317 of the 500 laps in the spring. Kyle Busch, obviously, you can look up his numbers at Bristol. He's got 7 wins there. He's got probably a lot better stats other than that, but man, he's led a lot of laps there. He's won races there. Kyle Larson's come close. He came close in the spring, got moved with about 5 to go, I think. So it was like 20 seconds, That's just a joke because Bristol's not a long track or anything. It's a short track and it's fast, so it's like a 15-second lap. But yeah, Ryan Blaney, he led 100 laps before being crashed out of the lead. I felt so bad for him. They had such a good car. They got another good car this weekend. So yeah, Blaney, he led a bunch of laps in the spring, crashed out due to lap traffic sucking and crashing him. He was so frustrated. I felt really bad for him. I really thought they would have won that race. They had a really good car there. But yeah, who else? Another favorite, obviously, Kevin Harvick. I would say Martin Truex Jr. usually. I'd say the big three. But you're going to see where Martin Truex Jr. ends up later in this video. But yeah, Kevin Harvick, he's got a top 10 car there right now, out of what I've seen. He's had some good runs there in the past. He won this race 2 years ago when it was during the day due to rain. And yeah. So yeah. Chase Elliott is another favorite I got. You may be wondering why. Just because, he's had a really fast car this weekend. He was fastest in first practice, 8th, fastest second practice. He ran really well in qualifying runs. He qualified second. So that's another reason. And then just some of the past finishes he's had at Bristol. Finished 4th in his first career start there. He also had a top 10 in the spring race of 2017. Last year in the night race, he had a top 5 car and was wrecked by Kevin Harvick. So that sucked for him. He finished 18th that race. But yeah, they've had some good cars there in the past and a good qualification, and they look like they have a good car this weekend. So watch out for him to be contending for the win at the end. Now going to move on to the disappointments and surprises. We also have to think about some weather. There's usually weather in Bristol, and it's not looking good. I think there's like a 75% chance of rain. Let me see here. Yeah. 75% chances of rain. Well then, that's lovely, isn't it, guys? Looking like a Sunday rain, but it's supposed to rain Sunday too. Man, I don't know what to expect. But let's move on into the disappointments. You guys are going to be surprised by this one. Martin Truex Jr. Truex, they can qualify well there. He qualified 17th, so he didn't qualify too well. But they do not finish well there. In the spring, they were caught up in a lap 3 incident, which sucks for them. Obviously, Chase Elliott was involved in that too. Finished 30th. But, last fall, last night race, started 6th, finished 21st, and there was no incident or anything. They just had a bad car. When he was with MWR, he got 2 top 5s there, but other than that, it's been bad for him. He's just not performed well. His average finish there is 21st, basically. So, it's been a rough going for that team for the 78, but Truex especially. Well, do you disagree with the Truex being a disappointment? Is that what it is? You're probably a Truex fan, I know. But Truex, he just hasn't had great races at Bristol, so, I just don't expect much from him. So, I've got here my surprises and my race pick. So, Surprises. We got Bubba Wallace. You may be wondering, whoa, what? He qualified 27th. He's had a race there. In that race, he took the lead from, I think it was Brad Keselowski, and he held on that lead for 6 laps, and he had a top 10 run going, but I forget, he had some issues, and he ended up finishing 16th, so not bad. He started 20th that race. He starts 27th today. I wouldn't be surprised if he was running in the top 10 or competing for a top 10 at the end of the day, so Bubba Wallace, woohoo. Jimmy Johnson, he finished 3rd in probably his best finish of the year. Did he lead laps there? I don't think he did. I don't know. But, they qualified pretty good, 13th. They had a couple good laps in that car, so I wouldn't be surprised. Plus, just some of his numbers in the past. I mean, since 2014, before that, they were terrible at the track. They had a win there in 2010, but they really haven't liked that track. But since 2014, they've had the best average finish of 8.2. They've got a win last year in 2017. They got a 3rd place this year in their worst year. I'm talking about the Jimmy Johnson, Chad Canals team, obviously. So an average finish of 8.2 since 2014. So they've been doing pretty good at this track for the last few years. So average finish of 8.2 in the last 40 years. That's not bad. So don't be surprised if he's in the top 10, top 5, even competing for a win. I think he'll be competing for a win at the end of the day, running in the top 5. Not sure if he'll win it, but he'll be up there. William Byron is starting 5th. I got a lot of surprises this weekend. I wouldn't be surprised if he was contending for a top 10 or a top 5. He ran some really good laps this weekend, and he's got a good car. So, yeah. Another one, the Hendrick cars are looking pretty good this weekend, or they're supposed to do good. Bowman, he didn't qualify as well. He scraped the wall in the 2nd round, which really hurt his time. So he qualified 22nd, but he ran some good laps in practices, and he finished 5th in the spring. So Alex Bowman, you better watch out for him. I think he'll be up there, top 10, top 5 by the end of the day. And then the obvious one, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., his best track statistically. He's run 2nd there a few times. I wouldn't be surprised if he's up there competing for the top 5 finish or even to win. They're going to have to be aggressive to win. They have to win to make the playoffs, basically. They could get lucky if Bowman has a rough stretch, but I think they got to win to get in, so it'll be difficult. On to the race pick. It's been a struggle, honestly, because Blaney's had a really good car this weekend, and what he did in the spring, I really thought he was going to win. Kyle Busch 3 in a row, obviously, that's hard to pick against. And then Kyle Larson, the pole sitter. He's the pole sitter. He had a great spring race. It's really hard to pick against any of those 3. But, man, it's so difficult because I want to go for Kyle Busch 3 in a row. I want to go for Larson, the redemption. I want to go for Blaney, redemption. But let's go for it. Blaney. I think Ryan Blaney gets his first one of the year. I can make a case for all 3 of why they're going to win, but I just think Blaney, they had such a good car in the spring, and I think he's got a little bit more inspiration, a little more of a push behind him to win. Just they had a really good car here in the spring. I think they should have won that race. They would have won that race if they weren't caught up in that crash. If they can avoid trouble, run up front all day, I think Ryan Blaney wins this race. I mean, they got a fast car. They can go for it. So, yeah, that's all I got for today, my race preview. Thank you for watching. We got more stuff. Ready? Are you ready for this more stuff? Bam! There's a video right there now. Well, it's actually over here. It's right here. Yeah. Click on it if you want to watch it. You do want to watch it. Click on it. And then there's more stuff right here. You see Sam Hornish Jr.? Click on him if you want to watch another video. And then, for even more, you can subscribe to me. Click on my face. Yeah, you can subscribe by clicking on my face because the little thing popped up. Thank you, technology. I love you. That's all I have for today. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day. Bristol. It's going to get rained out probably again.